Hey YouTube, what's going on? Lionheart here, and on today's video, I want to talk about what I learned in the Punishing Gray Raven closed beta. Hopefully my experience will help you avoid common mistakes and pitfalls I expect many players to make on the game's release this Friday. Here are the topics I plan to cover: how to level characters, the best way to spend stamina and premium currency, what should you farm and when, why you'll want to play co-op, and how to score the best in competitive modes. I'll also be releasing 2 other videos soon, including the most useful tool I found as a new player and 10 things I believe many players will miss when they play Punishing Gray Raven for the first time. If those sound interesting, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and enable alerts to know when both videos go live. Okay, let's chat about how to level characters. As a new player, you should focus on leveling only one character at a time. The main reason for this is to avoid wasting resources and stamina on characters you won't play later. Since one strong character is enough to advance early on, and because you will unlock more fun and powerful characters as you play, this tip is essential so you don't run into problems later. Anyone here from Genshin Impact will recall having that one friend who tried to level everyone and then got stuck later on because they didn't have enough resources. The same logic applies here. So, who should your first character be? For those of you who want a simple list of starting characters to choose from, the natural A versions of Bianca, Karenina, and Liv are all solid investment choices. Also, any natural S character will be great when you eventually pull one. For everyone else, I recommend picking a character with a weapon you enjoy, since weapons are expensive to level and can be moved across characters. For example, I loved playing Lee in the beta. I can level a weapon for his natural A version and then move that weapon to his natural S version later on without wasting any supplies. Don't rely solely on YouTube videos for choosing a character. Make sure you test some in-game before committing, and you can always re-roll a bunch on an emulator to get more variety. There were a few characters that did not look fun to me on YouTube that were actually a ton of fun in the game, so definitely try to get a hands-on experience if you can. Speaking of natural A and natural S, you might be wondering what that means. This game uses a letter system for duplicate characters and rarity. For my Genshin players, you can think of a natural A as a 4-star and a natural S as a 5-star. If you receive duplicates of a character, they break into fragments, which can then be used to improve that character's letter grade from B to A to S to SS to SSS. This letter grade system also replaces constellations in Genshin and is how you unlock extra power from duplicate character drops. Once you have a character picked out, you are going to want to play through as much story content as possible. The farther you progress in story, the better your resource farming domains will become, which means better stamina efficiency. In other words, you get more rewards for the stamina you spend. It's also a great source of free black cards, which is the game's premium currency. All stamina should go towards story until you reach an account level cap or feel you just can't go any farther without making some improvements to your gear. Don't be scared by the warning things that tell you you're too weak for the content. You're probably not, though sometimes you might be. You can refresh stamina up to 10 times each day with black cards, but it starts to become less efficient with more refreshes. This is where you have to choose what kind of player you want to be. If you want to advance fast, you will need to use black cards to refresh stamina each day. Your account level earns 1 XP for every 1 point of stamina you consume, which matters since your account level also controls when certain content unlocks and what your character level cap is. If you don't care about moving fast and you would rather have more characters to play with, then you can use your black cards on the beginner banner and other banners that are available. You will receive a guaranteed natural S rank character after 40 pulls, and then you can use your next 30 pulls on the selective weapon banner to get that character's matching 6-star weapon. There really isn't a wrong way to do this over the long term. You just need to decide what kind of player you want to be at launch, and that's it. Punishing Gray Raven is a PvE game with leaderboards, so moving fast only gets you a higher spot on those leaderboards if you play well compared to others. If that sounds boring to you, you'll probably get more joy from collecting characters and shouldn't get too concerned about advancing fast. Now that you know what character you want to level and how you're going to spend your black cards and stamina, what resources should you farm when you break from story mode? If you made it far enough, you will have unlocked a resource stage named Combat Supply, which drops memories. Check and see if you can receive 6-star memories from it. If you don't see 6-star drops yet, then farm logistics maintenance for equipment EXP materials and improve that. You could feel safe leveling both your weapon and current memories to 25 because you can feed them to better gear later. What I would do your best to avoid is overclocking gear that you don't plan to keep, since you'll need a lot of overclock materials in the early game and you won't be using any non 6-star gear in your builds other than as a bridge. What is overclocking? So overclocking is evolution in this game, right? So what that means is, okay, so let's pause. For my Genshin Impact players, memories are kind of like artifacts, but with fixed stats. They're not random roll, okay? So you collect them, they have set bonuses, sometimes a 2-piece, 4-piece, whatever, and you equip them and you activate those set bonuses, and then they have individual stats on them, but those are fixed. They're not random roll like they are in Genshin Impact, okay? When you get a memory to max level, let's say it's 25, then it will give you an opportunity to overclock that memory. If you overclock the memory, it will cost some materials, and then we'll reset the level of that memory to 1, but the new level cap will be 30. But the level 1 memory that's been overclocked will be stronger than the level 25 memory that hasn't been overclocked, which is a little confusing, but just don't get confused by like the level number. The level number only matters if it's the same overclock. If it's a lower overclock, a lower level will be stronger at a higher overclock than a higher level at a lower overclock. So confusing. I don't know why. A lot of games do it this way, but it's kind of just silly. So the general idea is this, right? You take a piece of gear, you get it to max level, you overclock it, it resets the level with a higher max level. You take it to max level again, you overclock it, it resets the level again, you take it to max level, you do this until it's maxed out, okay? But what I'm trying to tell you here is don't overclock gear that isn't 6-star, that you don't plan to keep. It might be tempting to overclock some of those 5-star memories for that extra power, but the reality is you're mostly going to use 6-star memories. In fact, you're only going to use 6-star memories. So, and you're going to be able to get them pretty early from that other domain. So just try to kind of hold out if you can. If you can, and you have to do 1 or 2 overclocks, that's fine. But the fewer you do, the better for you, because eventually you're going to be wearing only 6-star memories on all your characters, okay? And the overclock material is kind of annoying to collect from my experience in the beta. So hopefully that helps explain what overclocking is and how that works. Once you push far enough to unlock 6-star drops in Combat Supply, which again is the place where you can farm memories, go there and farm a complete set of 6-star memories. And you'll either get the one that you want, or if you get the ones that you don't want, you can trade in those at the exchange shop for the correct set. All right. And your goal is to, for that main character, build a complete set that's 6 memories of 6-star memories, probably one 4-set bonus and 1 2-set bonus. And that's what you're going to run with. And that's what you want to get as soon as possible. So when you're doing all these EXP investments, they're in stuff that you're going to keep, not in things that you're going to replace. Here are the drop rates in Combat Supply for 6-star memories, which as you can see get better the farther you advance in story. So keep pushing. As you can see at the first area where 6-star memories drop, it's about a 4%. But if you unlock the one after that, it doubles to over 8%. And then it more than doubles to over 17%. So keep pushing story. Also, if you're finding this information helpful and it's your first time on the channel, please again remember to subscribe, as it helps me out a bunch. All right, moving on. Once you have enough 6-star memories for every slot on your main character, it's time to grind for EXP materials. The best place for EXP materials is actually not logistics maintenance. It's co-op, which will be listed under the event limited access tab. Co-op is available at account level 35, costs less stamina than logistics maintenance, and has similar rewards, plus a chance to drop 5-star weapons, which will offer you a better bridge to your 6-star weapons. As a side note, since you won't be able to do co-op early on, and you will need to level a weapon for your main character to advance in story, you're most likely going to level something that is not a 5-star. In beta, where I was free to play, I leveled a 4-star weapon, and you'll probably need to do that as well if you're free to play. Don't worry about it too much though, as you can recycle weapons for 70% of the materials you spend on them, which helps you avoid a total loss from early leveling. The reason why though the 5-star weapon drop here is important is initially you're going to have very limited black cards to spend on your banners. So probably you're going to have one character with one 6-star weapon that's your main character, and all your other characters, if you're free to play, right, if you're not spending a lot, are going, or you're a low spender, right, are going to have to use other weapons that are not 6-star because you're not going to have the black cards to roll for them. So that's why the 5-star drops here are really good. Plus you'll get some 5 stars as you roll for that 6-star. So you can put the 5-star on and start improving it and use that as your bridge weapon to help those characters contribute. Remember, you want to always be pushing story whenever you can. It will take quite a bit of stamina to get all your 6-star memories, and in that time your account level is going to be going up along with your max character level. Make sure to use those upgrades and see if it's enough for you to keep advancing story, and if it is, do so you can get those better resource entries. Okay, this is your #1 goal. The farther you go in story, the better the resource domains become, and the faster your account will become stronger for that same stamina cost. And I know what you're thinking, Lionheart, what about when I run out of stamina? Am I just done playing like every other game? The answer is not necessarily. In the challenge tab, there are many game modes that don't require stamina, but instead have limited entries and scoring. This is where competition with other players comes into play, and you can try to earn a better score than your peers. After each clear, you need to pay attention to the options. You can often cancel or leave if you feel the score isn't your best performance, but you can't always override a score you save. So don't save something you feel is below what you can achieve during that reset period. For example, you can retry and save Warzone as many times as you like, but saving a score in Phantom Pain Cage will consume one of your daily entries. So don't do that if you aren't happy with how you did. Unless you save the score, you will have unlimited retries, so you can really play for a long time here and chase the perfect score. And don't worry too much about what those modes are. Warzone you can think of as kind of like Abyss, and Phantom Pain Cage is something that you enter, you get a score, you move on, you get a score. But in theory you can play it unlimited just like Warzone. You just need to not save your score. I don't know why they did these two differently like that. It would be nice if they were on the same kind of like saving reset system, but this is how it's done. And so just know that, and don't save a score that you're not totally happy with. Okay, but also pay attention to the reset time. If you don't save and you don't save and you don't save and then it resets, you just miss out on rewards. That's also bad. So just pay attention to that. If this information was helpful for you, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. There's lots more I want to share with you, but this video is already quite long, so I'll have to save the rest for later. You can also hang out with me and others live on Twitch at twitch.tv/Lionheart. Hope to see you there. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next Punishing Gray Raven video. I'm gonna try and improve both of them. All right, so first of all, here's the main menu in Punishing Gray Raven. Yeah, here's your character. Look at her. Look at her. You touch her enough times, she'll jump. She'll do a little jump for you, dude. See, she gets excited. Very animated. All right, then you can like dress them up, right? And like different skins. Yeah, but you have to unlock those skins. And then you can also like, there's the jump. And then you could also give like gifts. I have no gifts right now, but then if you give gifts, it unlocks like story. like different like things and voice lines and stuff like that. I don't know. There's not really any reason for this system. It's just like lore unlock basically. So yeah. I just haven't changed it yet. Kiss. So hard on me, Kiss. You're so hard on me. Kiss, could you have just been like, hey man, you forgot to change the game. You like, why? Why did you do this wrong thing? You bastard. All right, there you go. All right. So here's this thing. And friends list. Yeah, here's like my friends. Yeah, mass deliver. You can deliver free gifts to your friends. And you can claim free gifts. The pending friend requests. And somebody's profile. So like when you set up your profile, like here's this dude. This dude's OP as fuck. This is like the strongest guy I've encountered. This is like what a profile looks like. You set up like a team comp, all these other things. All right. So anyway, so that stuff's like fine, whatever. Then they got their like dorm system, which is their housing. So you have these little places that you can dress up, and you got like your little doodads, right? They both need the bed. We're screwed. So you put one into the bed, and then like this one's like dancing, right? So we tap this one, and maybe she'll give us some cool stuff. She's not giving stuff. She's just gonna talk. But anyway, you can like decorate the room and put like different things on. Oh, she did give us something. Cool. And like place these furnitures. It's like all this like furniture is modular, right? It's all been placed by me. Like the walls, the ceiling, all that other stuff. And then you'll end up having different rooms too, right? It's like, here's like a cafe I built. Look at them hiding in the corner. They're like stuck. You can move your ass. And you can move them around like I just did there. And then you pet them and they give you rewards and other things, right? They just like move around and sit and other stuff. So that's kind of cool. And then like, here's like a third room. It's like a lab. So you just make these, right? You just customize all this stuff. You can see the art set's like totally different. And yeah, you just make things. Get your ass to bed. And then you have different missions that you do when you do all these things. All right. Yeah, the dorm's very similar to Honkai Impact. Very similar to Honkai Impact. They do like quests. Here's the gacha. You do the R&D. So you pull for different characters. There's like a new player one that gives you a guaranteed S. Then there's a weapon banner. And for the weapon banner, you can change what you want the guaranteed drop to be. And then you'll get it after 30 rolls. So the 6 star is what you want. The 5 star is what you're probably more likely to get every 10 rolls. You're guaranteed a 5 star. And then you get a 6 star every 30 rolls. And you can set what you want your 6 star to be. So that's pretty awesome. And then you just do that and you roll on the weapon banner. And then there's a bigger weapon banner. But I don't know why you would ever do this. This one gives you like a random one every 30. I guess if you got like this material, this is why you would go here, but it's just like objectively worse than focus research. And then the events like the featured banner, and there's 2 different featured banners. You can get the guaranteed 5 star in 60 attempts, or you can get it in it's guaranteed in like 80 to 100 attempts. It's random. So you can get better odds for the guarantee on the other one at like a lower one, but the difference is that this gives you 1.5% drop rate for S characters, where this one only gives you a 0.5% drop rate for S characters. So basically, if you're like rolling just guaranteed, you just want the character and you want to spend as little as possible, you do this one. If you're just like, hey, I want more S characters and I don't care which ones they are, as long as I get the one, then you can do this one. Honestly, this one seems like the better deal almost all the time. I don't know why you would go here, but yeah, whatever. All right, so that's how the weapon banners work. You got like lots of missions, daily, weekly event to complete, and then you get daily activity. There's no weekly activity thing. There's the event, and then there's these bounty missions that you get every few days that reset that you can set. You should never have B. They should always be S. I fucked up, and I didn't know that. You can re-roll them. And then there's also, there was also story quests, right? So just like free stuff you get as you advance the story. And then let's see, novice missions, the new player missions. These unlock per day and give you a bunch of free stuff. And then that's pretty much it. There's a top-up area, it has nothing in it. There's a shop for exchanging for like different things. The cogs are gold, so you can buy stuff for gold. You can also like trade things, and then there's like your skin shop, and then there's like trading up different ascension materials, right? And then similarly, there's a recycle shop, so you get like a 5 star, you don't want it. Right, so your 5 star weapons actually have value, right? Your 6 star weapons, your excess actually have value. They can convert into this currency, and then you can get a hold of another thing that you don't have. Something else that would be great if it was in Genshin. And then that's it. That's it. And then here's your character collection. Here's your character collection. Yeah. These are all the characters out in the game right now, but I think there's more coming. This lady's awesome. I can't click on the ones I don't have. So like, this is my main dude, and like I said, his power goes way up, but I'm like leveling different artifacts for him right now. So he's got a gun, right, that he uses. You can use different guns. And then he's got, these are like the equivalent of like artifacts. If you're a Genshin player, you can just think of it like that. So they have like set bonuses, right? So this one has a 2 set and a 4 set bonus. And then they have stats that they roll that are fixed actually by slot. So like all the top ones are HP crit. All the bottom ones are attack defense. So you're not random rolling these. You're just picking them and leveling them up. And then you're trying to make the pieces. So it's actually better. It's actually better than artifacts. And then you have this thing, and then resonance skill, which is what you get with duplicates. And then when you improve a character, they have several levels of improvement. So first there's just like level, right? You just level them up, and they improve the stats, health, attack, defense, crit rate. Then there's this promotion thing, which further improves health, attack, defense, crit rate that you just do as you reach these criteria. And then it costs gold, right? Cogs. Then you evolve a character. This is where dupes go. You get shards as you get dupes, and then you evolve them. And you basically fill out like these like side little things, and then it'll upgrade the main one. And then you have skill, and skill is like basically like your abilities, right? So there's that orb system we talked about, and this shows you, right? If I hit 1 orb, it deals 17% physical damage. If I get 2 orbs, it's 35. If I get 3 orbs, it's 55, right? So it's just like additive how it goes up basically. So that's like pretty awesome. And then there's different orbs, right, that do different things. So these are like these like abilities that they do. And then there's and you can level all this stuff up. Then there's the normal attack. Then there's the ultimate ability. Then there's the what do they do when they come in on a quick time event. Then there's the extra like just whatever, just you get this thing, gives you extra stuff. Then there's Ultima when you get max of them, but we're nowhere close to that. Then there's this thing, right, which is like the special move. So for him, it's like do a 3 ping is matching 3 orbs, and then I use a red orb, and he does an extra ability. Then there's the like, hey, if he's the leader of the squad, one person is the leader, everyone gets this passive. And then these are for duplicate versions of him, right? So if I get an SS, I get this. This is like Constellation. Here's the next Constellation. Here's the ultimate Constellation. And that's how that works. Right? And then, yeah, that's basically characters. And then stamina, premium currency, like I said, Mora. And then if you go into like the main like gameplay, you have a whole bunch of stuff. You've got the story, which you play. I can't go any farther than the story right now because I'm not level 50. So it level gates you, which is a little weird. Then you've got different difficulties of the story, but they're really not different difficulties. It's really just like a flashback thing. They make it seem like it's a different difficulty, but it's really just a flashback thing. You'll just stagger between that and the story. Then you've got these interlude stories, which I haven't done yet, which is like lore. And then Stronghold I can't do, but that'll be later. You've got resources. These are where you farm all your daily things to upgrade your character. You've got challenge. There's like the fun hard modes. So like Warzone is like basically, ooh, join request. What the hell? Who are all these people? All right, I invite Starmie. I invite Starmie to my team. And we'll have to figure out who our next person is. But basically, you make like your own team, and then you compete individually. But it's like individual content. So basically, like we build a team, and then each of us play the content individually, and we get scored, and then our collective score places us against everybody else. So it's like a leaderboard battle, okay? And then depending on how you place, you got this war shop currency that you can then use to buy these like super nice 6-star things. Ain't nobody buying the 5 stars, dude. Buying the 6 stars. You're buying the 6 stars, okay? So that's pretty cool. And then there's like different rewards depending on how well you do, right? You get promoted, you get demoted, or you get to stay. And your goal is to go all the way up. So we were at backup, we got to recon. You want to get all the way to elite, right? Elite can't promote, and then this is your reward each week if you stay in defending. And these idiots get demoted. Rip. Okay? So that's how that works. And then I can't do the combat right now because it's in recruiting phase. Then there's the Phantom Pain Cage, which I didn't complete yesterday but should have completed,
where you like basically do these bosses and try to unlock these different difficulties. I should have completed this yesterday. I would have been able to unlock the hardest ones. I didn't do that. That's my bad. So then you're basically advancing, and these are like super cool boss fights that you do. We'll do some later. And then there's a shop for that. And then this is like just training stuff, basically free resources. Yeah. And you just clear it as you get them, and then you get a bunch of free stuff. And then there's this challenge thing. This is like super fun. So this is A and then B. And these are basically like hard challenges on your way up. They recommend you be level 80 to complete this challenge. We completed it. Hell yeah. So did Starmie also. So that was fun. It was actually really hard. And the first time you do it. And then Golden Vortex, we don't have a lock, so I can't do that. Weird. They asked me about that in the survey, but I don't know how anybody's hitting 65 before the end of closed beta. Somebody out there is sweaty. And then there's event, which is co-op, but it's closed. It's time gated. And that's everything. That's all the stuff. Let me go collect some quick EXP, dude.